My mother used to burn me as a child. Today I found out why. It would hurt for months before it started healing. "Come, baby, it'll only hurt a minute," Mother would call from the kitchen. The hairs on my body would shoot up, feeling the dread sink into me as I would be forced into the kitchen. I just never understood why. Some people would call it schizophrenia. I didn't know what to call it. But Mother would call and I would head down to the kitchen. The house was musty, barely taken care of, and falling apart. Mother hadn't bathed in weeks. She smelled of rancid urine. Her hair was coming out in thick strands. Seeing her standing over the stove, a large kitchen knife resting over the stove flame. It glowed red hot and orange as I clutched the door frame. She wrapped her thin fingers around my wrist as she grabbed the knife, pressing its searing hot steel on my arm. I would try to dissociate, picturing myself on an island beach somewhere, but the torturous pain would only get worse. The pain that surged through my body as she pressed it into my skin, holding me in place till I blacked out from the pain. All with that sick smile on her face, the only thing that seemed to give her joy these days. Back then, I never understood her true intentions like I do now. Some days it wouldn't hurt so bad. Most of my arms were burned and had lost all their pain receptors. This day was just like another day. I crawled back to my room, nursing my burn as I cried myself to sleep. Mother would spend the rest of the day rocking back and forth on the floor, mumbling nonsense to herself. But on one particular day, it all changed. Mother was in an extra grouchy mood. She was cursing at herself, screaming at the open basement to whatever voices she was hearing. I sat in my tiny closet room praying she would forget about me. Then I heard the stove starting. "Sweetie, will you come down here, please?" Mother called. I leapt from bed and headed towards the steps. "Please, Mother, why must you do this?" I cried from the stair banister. Mother stood over the stove, lighting her cigarette on the stove flame, the knife glowing red hot. "You know I have to, if not, they're going to hurt you, understand?" "Who, Mother? Who is going to hurt me?" I cried. Mother's eyes darted from the knife to the open basement door. I wasn't allowed in the basement under no circumstances. I went near it once. Mother burned me for even longer than normal as a punishment. But I remember hearing things. I swore I heard people talking down there. Mother's eyes darted across the room. "They don't want me to tell you now, please. It'll only hurt a minute." She smiled, her jagged yellow teeth at me. I swallowed the dry lump in my throat and regretfully headed towards her. Despite all the pain she had put me in through the years, I was her slave. I dared not go against my master, who knows what else she'd do to me if I didn't listen to her. Or worse, what they would do to me if that was even real. "Lift your shirt, sweetie," Mother asked. "No, please, Mama, no," I begged, crying harder. "Mama, but you're not a little girl anymore. I'm not Mama anymore, now lift your shirt." "Please, Mother, please," I cried, lifting up my shirt. Mother slowly pressed the tip of the burning knife into my chest. Guess she needed fresh skin to burn. She drove the tip in, searing my skin as trickles of blood raced down my chest. My cries filled the heavy air as Mother pressed the red-hot knife onto my bare chest. The scorching pain radiated through my body. "There, are you happy?" She screamed at the air. The basement door creaked open slightly. I fell to the floor in agony. Mother ripped the knife from my chest, which was fused together from the heat. Mother fell to the floor next to me. I don't know what came over me. Fear, anger, adrenaline, a combination of everything. With all my might, I stood up and grabbed the knife. I plunged it straight into Mother's chest. Again and again I stabbed her. She didn't even make a sound, staring straight up at the ceiling, that stupid smile on her face as I repeatedly stabbed her.